Hey, welcome back. And like I said last time, this is going to be a basic rundown of how a turn will go and how you could actually play a game following the same rules that I'm doing here. In this game, we are not going to be using any character abilities. The only thing we're going to be using is the character's attack and defense and their health values. Also, on our cards, we're not going to be drawing any cards into our hand or using any card abilities. We're just going to be using the battle icons or pips that are on those cards. So first thing that we'll do, and you'll notice that I've switched up the characters a little bit. It's not Optimus and Megatron. It's actually, we've got Grimlock, fan favorite, Optimus Prime. We also have Soundwave, and Soundwave's buddies, Laserbeak and Ravage. Everybody's going to start off in alt mode, and the way we know that it's alt mode is because they don't look like little men, little robots. So everybody's in alt mode. Both of these decks right now, they're just little sample decks. They have 10 cards in them, just to show as an example what should happen during a battle. So let's say that Team Grimlock won the coin flip. We called heads. We're going to go first. So like I said, we're not going to do our normal draw in this example. We're not going to draw any cards or anything. We're just going to say who we're going to attack. So Grimlock's a bully. We're going to go into one of these little guys. Let's go into Laserbeak. So when I say go into, that means we're declaring who we're going to attack. At this moment, all of these characters are valid targets because there's nothing on these cards saying that they can't be attacked, such as a keyword, which we'll get into later. And since there are no tapped characters, which I'll go into, that isn't pointing Grimlock into a certain direction where he has to battle. So we're going to send Grimlock into Laserbeak. We've indicated that by tapping him horizontally. We're going to go into Laserbeak. So the attacker flips their cards first. So we flip 1, 2. We flip 2, no more, no less, because there's nothing telling us that we're going to flip any more or any less. Then defense flips 1, 2. Okay, so in this instance, the player playing as Grimlock has flipped 2 orange icons. Orange adds to our character's attack total. From the previous video, we showed that characters have an attack value that differs based on their side. So we're going to add 2 to Grimlock's 4. So we're going into Laserbeak. And Laserbeak, if I can get a hold of him here, Laserbeak has 2 defense. So we're going to take the 2 that he got on his flip and add that. So he has 4 defense. So Grimlock is attacking then for 6 because of the 2 orange that he received and adding that to his base attack value. And Laserbeak's defending for 4. So what that's going to be, quick math, it's going to be 2 damage. So these little tokens come with any starter deck product or theme deck product from the Transformers trading card game. There are plenty of third-party things available online on Etsy, and you can also get, you can just use your standard D20s and dice that you have available just around the house or from other trading card games. So my turn is over. The cards that I flipped go from in play to the scrap pile after the combat has resolved, not before. And now I get to attack on the Soundwave side. So Soundwave's team has to choose only Grimlock, and the reason for that is if your opponent has cards that are tapped, they are now the target. If, let's say, there are 2 characters tapped, these are both valid targets in that case. But Grimlock is the one that's tapped since he attacked last turn. So let's get our damage back out here. I put it away. Laserbeak is damaged. Now I don't want to open Laserbeak up for more damage by tapping him. So I'm going to do something I didn't do on the last turn. And if you remember from the previous video, we can flip over 1 character per turn. I'm going to flip Soundwave over as my 1 flip for turn, get him into bot mode, and then we are going to get some revenge and send Soundwave into Grimlock. He beat up on his little buddy. He's getting revenge. So we're going to flip 1, 2. Hey, this time on attack, we've got a white icon. The white icon, the first time you see it during an individual battle, which we're in an individual battle right now, the next battle will be individual, so on and so forth. The first time you see this, you actually get 2 more card flips. So that can be nice. So we flip a total of 4 this turn. So the attack is 2 blue, so that's the first time we've seen 2. A white, which again gives us 2 additional. We only got 1 orange on this attack, so that's a bummer because we're on attack and we don't want blue because those don't have any value right now. They only have value on defense. So we're going to put those down. Soundwave has a 6 attack, so in bot mode, like I said before, the attack value is higher. Grimlock attacked with 4 in alt mode, and Soundwave attacks with 6 in bot mode. So we're going to add the orange pip that we got. So Soundwave's attacking with 7. Let's see what Grimlock defends with. Okay, we got a white on this side, and white works on defense too. So we're going to do our 2 normal, then our 2 bonus for white. Okay, so we got a white, which doesn't add any defense or offense, it just lets us flip more. Orange, which just like getting blue on attack, the orange on defense doesn't do anything for us. We got 1 blue, and then we got nothing. There's nothing there. And the reason for that is because this text, if they added a color there, there'd just be too much value on this card. And we're not going to talk about what this card does, but this adds nothing. So this is just empty. So we only got 1 valuable pip out of that. And so that's going to take Grimlock's defense from 2 to 3. I held up 2 fingers and said 3. 3. So 3 defense versus 7 attack. Quick math, yeah, that's going to be 4. So Grimlock will take 4 damage. Boom, indicated by the icons there. We discard or scrap, and we are going to send Optimus Prime. You know what? I'm going to flip this time. We're going to send Optimus Prime in his cool bot mode. We're going to send him into Soundwave. We're going to flip. Hey, there's another white. An orange, that's nice. A green, what? And then another orange. Okay, that was a nice attack. So this is what we've got. Now we see another new color here, green. So green, what allows us to do, you know what? I'm just going to skip it, but just know that there's green and there's also black, and we can get into that later on. But we got a green icon, but we're only worried about orange on attack. So we have 2 oranges. That's going to take Optimus Prime's 8 attack and make it 10. We're going to set these to the side. They're not scrapped yet because combat's not over. We got to see what Laserbeak defends with. Oh, we can't attack Laserbeak because he's not tapped. We have to go after Soundwave. 1, 2. We got a white, so here comes 2 more. All right, and so far we've only seen single and double pips. What you'll see here, okay, we got another blank, but we have our first 3 battle point or 3 pip card, wedge formation. Okay, so we got an orange, no good on defense. We got black, what's that do? We've got green, we got another black, some white and green. So it doesn't look like we have any blue here, so we're not adding anything additional to our defense. So let's put those back down. Soundwave has 2 defense in bot mode, and we are attacking for 10. So we're going to deal 8 to Soundwave. And not sure. Let's get our tokens here down. So got 8. And if you can read upside down, yes, that is 8. So that's what happened. We dealt 8 damage to Soundwave. Cool. But oh, we're out on both sides. Our deck has run out. So we don't both lose. What we end up doing is we just take our cards, shuffle them around, offer our opponents to cut, which means to take some amount of cards off the top and put them at the bottom. And then we do the same on this side. Huh, that's weird. Both of these had the same amount. It's almost like we were doing an example demonstration. We shuffle them. Do you want to cut? No, I don't want to cut. Hold up. So as I was cleaning up and taking a look at the video, I realized that I made a mistake, and I tried to recreate the scene of the crime as best as possible. So if you remember, a moment ago, I attacked and defended, and we ran out of cards here. There's a reason why these don't get scrapped yet, and that's because when we run out of cards, as soon as we run out of them, the discard scrap pile gets turned into our deck. These, at the end of combat, become our new scrap pile, so they do not get added into our new deck when we run out of cards. So that's very important. Cards that get played during a turn, cards that get flipped off the top of the battle deck, do not get added back into the deck when you run out and need to reshuffle. So, to recap, I made a mistake, and you need to immediately shuffle your deck when you run out and not add any flipped battle cards or played actions or other such things into your new deck. So that is the lesson for today. Do not take any actions or cards that have not yet been scrapped, add them to your scrap pile and reshuffle them. They become scrapped at the end of the turn and not added into your newly shuffled deck. Thank you. Once everybody's untapped, we do a phase where everybody untaps, and the person who just defended is now the attacker. Okay, so everybody untaps, allowing... Now everybody is a valid target, and everybody can attack again. So that is a normal turn. We can flip once per turn. We can tap them, our characters, we can tap them to attack. We can only attack tapped characters, or if it is the first turn of a new phase where everybody has just untapped, or the first turn, everybody is a valid target unless there is something on a card saying that they cannot. And we'll get into what situation might where that situation would arise. So we learned that we can flip. We learned that we can attack untapped characters if everybody is untapped, or tapped characters must be the target if there is a tapped character. If there are two tapped, we can choose either or. And once everybody is tapped, everybody untaps. It's a lot of tapping. And if you have, and this situation will come up a lot, if you have characters that are tapped and you still have some on the other side that are untapped, every character must attack in order to reset, because it can't get back to this side and they can't do anything. They can't attack. So it has to reset. So once the turn gets back, once the initiative gets back to this side, they have something to do. So I know that was quick. I know that was probably a lot. That's why I wanted to keep it simple. In the next video, we'll get a little bit more advanced into what can happen during a turn. We'll jump into some keywords, some abilities, and we might have a hand that we can start playing cards with. It'll be a little bit longer video because there'll be more information. But hey, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if somehow you stumbled onto this video without seeing the previous one, go back and watch that one. And yeah, if you like it, thumbs up, subscribe, all that jazz. Listen to us on Apple Music and Google Music for the Double Pipcast, where we talk about the Transformers trading card game almost every week. And yeah, thank you very much for watching.